Welcome to Mom's Life Made Simple, the podcast for moms who want to go from chaos to calm, from overwhelmed to organized, and to find balance between family responsibilities and personal growth. I'm your host, Chanel Nielsen. Let's make mom life simple. I am glad you guys are here. I have some great stuff for you today. We're going to talk about how to stop feeling overwhelmed and how to enjoy your mom life. So tell me if you ever feel this way. Let me know in the comments. I want to know if this has been your situation. You, after a long day of taking care of your family and doing the things you needed to get done, you make dinner, you clean up, you finally get the kids to bed, and then you do some more cleaning, and finally you sit down, you either scroll your phone or you watch a show, maybe for a little, or maybe that leads into kind of a long time, and then finally you just get into bed exhausted, just totally exhausted, and beyond that, a little bit discouraged because you remember all the things that you left undone. You remember that you have this goal, this dream, this thing you want to work on, and that wasn't even on the list. Like, that was so far down your list of priorities, it didn't even get written down. It didn't even have a chance of getting done. You think about, as you're lying there in bed, the balls that you dropped that day, the ways that you blew it, the things that you did wrong. And then you know that tomorrow you have to do it all over again, and you just feel that discouragement. I feel like I'm a pretty positive person, but at night when I lay in bed, and I will say, night is my husband will tell you, night is my worst time of day. I get grumpy and like it's bedtime, I'm done. But there's this time at night, if I don't guard against it, if I don't like really proactively control my thoughts, that I do start to feel that discouragement, that I do start to look at what I did wrong and the things that I missed and the balls that I dropped and all those things. Just know, if that's you also, if you're feeling that you're, first of all, not alone, and second of all, that you're doing better than you think. You really are. You really are. Motherhood is hard, but there is hope, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So today I'm going to introduce, you may be familiar with the model, the life coaching model. We're going to talk about that. So the life coaching model says that your circumstances trigger your thoughts. So circumstances are just whatever's going on around you. The things that are going on trigger your thoughts, and you have these thoughts that are sentences in your mind, things that you're thinking about, things that kind of you're saying, okay, this is how this is, your interpretation of events. Your thoughts then generate feelings. Those things that we feel, that frustration or discouragement or sadness or joy, whatever it is, those feelings are triggered by the way that we're thinking about a situation. The way that we then feel determines how we're going to act or not act about a certain situation, the things that we're going to physically do, which ultimately cause our results in life. So that's the model: circumstances, thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Now, I want to just run through this model and how it works and how it may be working in your life. So in the situation that I kind of explained earlier, let's say you want to work on your personal goals, but you find yourself spending your time on your family. The day went by, you did things for your family, you didn't do anything that you wanted to on your big goal of starting a podcast, of writing a book. You didn't put any energy or effort into that. So as you're laying there in bed, you think, I don't have any time for myself. When you think that brings up a feeling of frustration, right? Or maybe your circumstance is that same kind of thing, you spend all day cooking and cleaning and driving your kids around and doing all these things. And then your thought becomes, this is all I have time for is them. They are all I have time for. Or I just don't have enough time. This idea of time scarcity. And you think, I just don't have enough time. And then what do you feel? Well, if there's not enough time to do all the things that you want to do, and that's what's going through your head, you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, there's just not enough time. I am so overwhelmed. The good news is, like I said, there's hope. You can change any piece of this model. You can change the way that you're thinking, which will in turn change the way that you're feeling. And in this case, you can even change your circumstances. You can change some of what's going on. You can change some of your actions, which will change the results you're getting, which will change the very circumstances you live in, which is pretty cool because what it means is you have a lot more um, control in some areas than you may think you do. And it's really interesting because so often we try to control things that we have no control over. We try to control our kids, we try to control our spouse, we try to control the circumstances, things we don't necessarily have control over. When if we focused on the things that we do have control over, changing our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own actions, we will change the results. We will see a drastic change in our results. And that's really powerful to know. So, most important takeaway that I hope you get today is that there is hope of things shifting and changing. The problem with all of this that I've talked about is that you aren't organizing your day in a way that makes mom life simple and prioritizes what really matters to you and what's really important. The problem is a lack of balance between your family and your personal goals. In the examples that I gave today, the family is taking all the energy, all the effort, everything is going to the family. And without that piece of working on your personal goals, you feel that you feel out of balance, right? And feeling out of balance leads to resentment, it leads to disappointment, it leads to discouragement. It doesn't mean you drop your family, like forget you guys, I'm heading on a plane off to Costa Rica, right? That's not what it means. It means that you get on the list. It means that you get really clear about what needs to happen for you to really live in your purpose, to really enjoy your life and enjoy your motherhood, enjoy your kids, be present with your kids. All those things that we want are on the other side of finding a better balance. And I want to go here a little bit because so often it seems like, oh no, to be a good mom, I have to pour everything into my kids, give all the time and attention to my kids. And when we do that at our own expense, there's less and less and less to give. It's just a fact. We have less to give. We're tired, we're stressed, we're grumpy, we're frustrated. We become that mom instead of this mom who has her own interests, her own things that she's working on, who's passionate and excited and full, or she's full of things to give. That's what the balance does for us. It allows us to give more and give better from a place of wholeness and fullness and completion, right? Okay, so balance itself is a tricky concept because sometimes we think, okay, balancing means I need to spend equal amount of time on my goal and equal amount of time on my family. Balance doesn't necessarily, it's not an equation that like X equals Y, that the things have to be perfectly equal to each other. What balance means to me is that everything that matters is getting taken care of. That's what balance is because I don't have to spend, in fact, in my business, in my coaching business, I work 4 hours a day while my little guy is at school. And the rest of the day is spent with my family or sleeping or taking care of personal business, right? Personal items like, I don't know, reading a book or something like that. But what I'm saying is the hours don't match up, and yet I'm putting this energetically, I'm giving what I need to give to my business. I'm giving what I need to give to my family, and that's the word I'm looking for, self-care. I'm giving what I need to give to self-care. When I am giving what I need to give, I feel balanced, I feel in alignment, and what needs to happen is happening. So a little energy and a little effort in the right areas will pay huge dividends. It doesn't have to be this thing where you go to work full time or you go, do something that's going to take hours and hours. That's not the point. The point is not the time. The point is the energy and effort. Okay, so the goal then is to organize your day in a way so that you can have time to play. You can have time to replenish and fill your cup. You can be a good mom. You can live your dreams. You can make progress on your goals. You can start to remember what your dreams are. Is that something you can relate to? Sometimes we get so caught up in motherhood, we forget what we even wanted to do. We forget that there even is anything else. Um, you can organize your day. You can figure out ways to change the way you think, to change the things that you do, to change the way that you feel, and that will shift your results. So, if that is something that you are needing, if you want help to get there, my program will help you to do that. It will help you to find this balance that you're missing, this thing that feels so impossible and so big. We will make it manageable so that you can find that balance in your life. You can make progress on your goals. You can be the kind of mom you want to be. The program I'm referring to is Mom's Life Made Simple. MOMS is an acronym standing for Manifestation, Organization, Mobilization, Simplification. If you want your mom's life to be simple, what you need to do is check out this program. We start early April, and I would love for you to be a part of it. We meet as a group, and what happens is we learn together as a group, and then we coach together as a group, and we find out what are those things individually for you that are holding you back. What are the pieces that feel hard? We're going to implement new, simple, doable habits that allow you to make changes in what we've talked about today, in how you're thinking, in how you're feeling, and then the resultant actions and results in your life. This is the way to see things shift one little bit at a time through creating new habits in a supportive environment. To get information about that, go to chanelnielsen.com/coaching so that you can join this group that starts in April. If you're thinking this might sound interesting, but you're just not sure if it's for you, then what you need to do is book a call, hop on the phone with me. My job is not to convince you whether or not this is for you. Your job is to decide. My job is to really listen and help you understand what's going on in your mom life. So these calls are really beneficial whether or not you take the next step and join Mom's Life Made Simple. I would love to talk with you. Reach out, chanelnielsen.com/coaching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Mom's Life Made Simple. I'm so glad that you're here, and I want you to join us for the 2023 Self-Care Challenge. Each month, we will be diving into a different area of simple self-care, learning how to create habits that allow you to make time for yourself. So to join the challenge, go to chanelnielsen.com/self-care 2023. When you join, you'll get access to free downloads that help you to create and track your new habits, as well as a link to the community so that you can discuss and win prizes that the guests are sharing on the podcast. I'm so excited for you to make self-care part of your year in 2023.